Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Brianna Lenz, and today I'm going to be sewing a vintage Butterwick children's pattern. This is a size extra large, fast and easy, instant fashion pattern. I have never sewn a vintage pattern in my life, and I used to go hard into sewing in my 20s, and now I'm coming back into it. I got this for less than $1 at a thrift store. Went back recently, they didn't have any new thrifted patterns, but that's okay. And this is such a treasure. So in today's video, I'm going to be sewing this from beginning to end, pretty much vlog style. And spoiler alert, it's really cute. And I have to say, if you can find these vintage patterns, you can actually sew something cost effectively where it might actually be less to make it than to purchase it. Crazy thought, I know. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. And so this would be another great way to make a handmade home and not have to break your wallet doing it. So let's go ahead and jump in and share the experience of me making my first kids vintage pattern. It's pretty cool.
Anywhere you go, give it on. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
So I am ironing these out to then transfer onto freezer paper. Some of these are, I don't know if she like added seam allowance or what, but I'm going to be doing this one. I'm going to iron out all of these vintage pattern pieces and then trace them onto freezer paper and then use the freezer paper patterns because these are kept in like mint condition. So besides being cut out, of course. Do we want to sew today?
Yes. Like you need the sewing machine.
Well, we're going to clean up that sewing machine. I have my other sewing machine.
Yeah.
Should we make an apron and a shirt today?
Yeah.
Yeah? I'm making blouse B. Cut everything out. Open fabric, right side up. Okay, did that. Step 1. Sleeves, front and back. Wait a second. Narrow hem, lower edge of sleeve 4. To narrow hem, turn in 3/8 inch on lower edge, turning under raw edge, press, stitch close to inner edge. So I just have to hem it, okay. On inside, center rickrack trim over lower edge of each sleeve, basted in place. I'm not doing that. Top stitch close to lower edge of sleeve as shown, okay. Then stitch sleeve to armhole edges of front 5. Trim seams below notches to 3/8 inches. For neck casing, see blouse A step 3, disregarding the front. Okay, so I am just going to hem the sleeves. I can do that. I can do that. It's easy. I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. Okay, it's at this point I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do on the armholes. It says stitch sleeve to armhole edges of front 5 and back 6, trim seams below notches to 3/8 inches. Okay, so I have the front sewn to the back with the arm in between. So I wish I could see what I'm seeing, but yeah, so I have the front to the back, and then this is where the arm goes out, and then this is going to be the neckline. So now I just have to repeat this process to the other one. So I figured it out. I still have these loosey-gooseys at the end, but we're getting somewhere. That's going to be a cute shirt. Okay, let's continue on. Yeah, let's continue on. Okay, I'm at the last side for the armhole, and I've learned more pins are better. And then we go to the next step. I have all of the armholes seamed in, so now I have to go to the next step. So I'm hoping I did this correctly. So I went all the way down, and then I've got these floppy bits, and the next directions are, see, this is where it shows me this isn't supposed to be sewn in, so I didn't. For neck casing, see blouse A step 3, disregarding reference, and then I go down to the side seams where, okay, so I'm going to sew that closed. Okay, I'm getting it. This is, you know, construction. So what did it say? A, blouse A, step 3. Step 3, neck casing. Open out one folded edge of bias tape, which I don't have. I don't have any bias tape. Okay. Pin tape to neck edge over eyelet trim, which I did not do. Placing crease along seam line and turning ends back to meet at corner back. Stitch along crease, trim seam allowance as shown. So I'm supposed to encase the top edge with bias tape. Okay. Here it is. Notions. Bias tape, single fold, and 1/4 inch elastic. 1 1/3 yards for A and C for D. For B, also 1 applique for B, which I'm not doing the applique. So I need bias tape, single fold, elastic, a single fold bias tape, and 1/4 inch elastic. We're about 3 weeks later, and I am so far removed from this project. I did so much in one day, and then I got totally derailed because I had to get bias tape, which I contemplated making, but then I decided for $2 I would just buy white bias tape. And then I got 1/4 inch elastic, which I had some, but it was like the super cheap kind. Like I bought it like emergency pandemic mask time. It was awful. So anyway, decided to buy new ones. So now I have to sew the elastic to the neckline, which is like a super old school way to do it. But I found a YouTube tutorial and I'm going to do that. And there's no way I'm going to try to film while I sew the elastic on there because it's going to take full concentration. So my kids are watching a movie. They're done with homeschool. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try doing this elastic thing on the neckline. And I will see you back. I'm already back, but there's an elastic chart. I'm using the extra large, and so I have to cut one elastic to 16 inches. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, I'm guessing, if I'm understanding everything correctly, which I think I am. And I had to like completely refamiliarize myself. I'm like, what am I even making? What size am I making? Which one am I making? Man, it's the bummer when you have to take that much time away from something and then come back in, but we're going to finish it. I've had so many different sewing projects that I'm finishing. I'm getting them off my WIP pile. Let's do this and let's get this video posted. I'm going to sew the bias tape to the outside on this 1/4 flap. And then once that's there, I'm going to fold it under and then sew it on the other side. And then that'll create the casing. Right? Right. I'm going to sew the bias tape to the outside on this 1/4 flap. And then once that's there, I'm going to fold it under and then sew it on the other side. And then that'll create the casing. Right? Right. My bias tape has been sewn to the edge on the outside of the fabric, the right side of the fabric, and I'm going to flip it like this. And I'm going to sew along this side right here. So that way there's a casing for the elastic. I'll show you when I've sewn it. I decided to play it safe, so I ironed the bias tape inwards and then I sewed it down, which I think was a good call because basically I trained the fabric to what I wanted it to do. And clearly, like before I had sewn the neckline, I had meant to use pinking shears on my exposed seams, and I forgot about that until it was too late, so that's fine. It's really fine. It's okay. We'll not forget that next time, right? Every time we do something, we will learn what to do and what not to do next time. So here we go. Now I just need to put the elastic in, so wish me luck. Success. This is success. Elastic is closed. I sewed the elastic together and then I closed the opening with a zigzag stitch, forwards, backwards, and then ta-da! Now I just have to sew it together. All right, let's see what the next step says. Pin back to front at sides, pin together, edges, sleeve edges together, stitch in continuous seams, continuous across rickrack. I don't have that. Stitch under arm, again over precious stitching. So I'm gonna go, and then turn in ends of rickrack. So I don't have to do that. I'm not doing applique, and so then I should be done. Except this is not hemmed. It doesn't say to hem it, but I'm going to suggest that I am supposed to hem the bottom. Pretty cool, right? So thank you guys for watching. Comment down below if you are interested in making vintage patterns, if you're interested in seeing me make more vintage patterns, because I'm interested in making more of them. And like, what are your tips and tricks for sewing at a good deal? Also, I would love to know like what else you would like to see me make. If there is a specific pattern out there that you think I'd love, please let me know because I would buy it. If you liked today's video, please like it. Please subscribe to see more of my content. And I'm really glad that you're here. I can't wait to see you guys in the next video, in the next project. Bye.